what kept me from buying the Sony ZV-E1 for almost a year, or more than a year. Some very serious issue, the overheating. Man, it's so hot here today. It's gonna overheat even when you browse through the menu. What's up guys, Dan Frullani here and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm gonna answer one question and I'm gonna share my personal experience on what? Let's start from the beginning. Since I started making videos, I've always used Canon cameras. Canon M50, Canon 90D, Canon R6, then Canon R7, R8, but for work, sometimes I've had the possibility to use Sony cameras, like the Sony a7S III or the FX3 and others. So I've always wanted a Sony camera to use for my channel, to make my YouTube videos. However, I didn't want to buy an FX3 because it's a little pricey, and not an FX30 because of many reasons. I wanted a full frame by Sony with which I could film in 4K, 24, 30, 60 and 120 frames per second in 4K. And I wanted something fresh, something new. It's funny I say fresh, referring to a camera I'm gonna talk about with one specific potential issue. But anyways, I wanted to get the Sony ZV-E1, and not because of the vlog-friendly features in which I have no interest whatsoever. Even though there are features, they're there. When it's about extra features, it's always better to have them rather than not. But anyways, what kept me from buying the Sony ZV-E1 for almost a year, or more than a year, because when it came out I didn't buy it and I waited 1 year and a few months, I think, mostly because when I watched videos to learn more about this camera, the Sony ZV-E1, many people reported some very serious issue, the overheating. It's so hot here today, so I can't even think about overheating because I'm already sweating. So, since I was looking for a camera to replace my Canon R6, and one of my biggest issues with the Canon R6 was overheating. I mean, not the major issue, but sometimes when I shoot videos outdoors in the sun or here in my studio for longer than 30 minutes, 45 minutes, the R6 would overheat. Not always, but it happens, and it's happened a lot. And it overheated again. So I said to myself, well, this camera looks awesome. I mean, the results look very cinematic, but if it overheats so easily, I'm not gonna be able to use it. So I didn't buy this camera, the Sony ZV-E1, because I was afraid that I wouldn't have been able to use it because of the overheating. And then I had been doing a lot of thinking and I thought, well, I really love this camera, at least from what I've seen in the videos. I thought I would give it a chance. Okay, so I said to myself, I'll use it wisely. I'll try to use it for short videos, just for 5 minutes at a time, and try to avoid filming in extreme weather conditions, like when it's sunny outside or here in this room, because I have no air conditioning here in the summer. And we'll see, I'll make things do. If it doesn't work for me, if it will overheat too much, I'm gonna sell it. Well, so I got it, and it was mid-October 2024, and I used it a lot without any issue. It never overheated, but I was using it wisely. Then through December and January and February, I'd be using it without any fear more and more. And I thought, well, it's not hot, it's actually cold in the middle of winter, so maybe that's it. But I kept thinking, maybe it's gonna overheat during spring, and it didn't happen. And let me tell you how I use this camera, the Sony ZV-E1. I use it mostly for my YouTube videos like this, and when I shoot a video like this, it's not one video. Most of the times it's times 3, because I do it for this channel, the main channel, and my channel in Spanish, because I'm living in Spain, and my channel in Italian, because I know Italian. Who doesn't? So every time I make a video, you see the video's length is like 8, 10, 12 minutes, but when I make it, when I record it, I press the button, the rec button, while I do the talking, make mistakes, repeat things. So sometimes it takes like 20-25 minutes to record one video. And as I said, most of the times you have to multiply that times 3 for my 3 channels. I use it in 4K, 24 frames per second for an average of 20-25 minutes for 3 times. So it's more than 1 hour, plus B-rolls if needed and extra footage, sometimes in 120 frames per second. And honestly, I have never had any issue with this camera, with the Sony ZV-E1. It never overheated. I don't know if many people reported that this camera overheats or tends to overheat so easily because their unit might have some specific issue, or they enjoy shooting 120 frames per second in the sun at 100 degrees. I don't know, but what I know is that I filmed here in this room for more than 1 hour and 24 frames per second in 4K S-Log 3, and I'm gonna show you right now. For example, at the time of filming, I live in Madrid, Spain. We have a temperature of 90 degrees. It's hot because, as I told you, in this room I don't have any AC. So if it's 90 degrees outside, here I guarantee you can't be much less than that. And later it's gonna be over 100. Like here it says 103. Man, that's hot. So that's why I'm sweating and I'm wearing a comfortable shirt. And when I finish the video, I'm gonna take it off because it's really hot. I do have AC, but in the living room, not here. Tell me what you think about it, your experience with the Sony ZV-E1 for what concerns overheating, or if you'd like to buy one but you're afraid because of this issue, the overheating, and you're afraid of that. You're afraid that if you buy the camera and then you use it, it's gonna overheat even when you browse through the menu. Well, this, I guarantee you, if it happens, it means your unit, your camera, the camera you got has an issue. There's a problem with it because, as I said, I use this camera, I'm using it right now to make 1, 2, 3 20 minutes or more longer videos in 4K 24 frames per second, plus the B-rolls and everything here in the heat at 90/100 degrees. So this is my experience with the Sony ZV-E1. I'm gonna take it out a little bit and I'll make another video sharing my experience also with the Sony ZV-E1 outdoors in the heat, and we'll see if it overheats, but I don't think so. If it doesn't overheat here, 90/100 degrees, man. Alright, this is my experience with the Sony ZV-E1 for what concerns overheating. I think I don't have anything else to say. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh yeah!